So different sculptures that were made by different sculptors, okay, and different sites. Particularly, these are called as what your heritage, and India is rich in heritage, okay. So you know that in 15th century or 16th century, so many kings, reputed kings, they were making this sites or this particular, you know that what is called as the heritage. And so India is rich in this heritage. Particularly, we can say India is a country, it is actually totally based on what? It has a base on moral perspective as well as it is rich in culture. And you know that when the kings they developed a society, or when the people they automatically developed, how the people automatically they developed. So it is a matter of fact. Once again I am saying from the very beginning, again listen. So whenever we are talking about that heritage, heritage means what? These are called as the literary works. Okay? So these are called as the literary works. Okay? Once a country or once a kingdom or once a state that developed automatically. Okay? So let's say that some of the kings they give patronage, and some of the kings they helped, and they also helped financially, so that our culture actually developed. And when the economic condition that actually developed in our society, that leads to the development of the culture. This is the number one. And second one is that actually it reflects our what? It reflects the moral base, and it also reflects the styles, and it also reflects what? The fashion, the styles, the design, and also it is the art and crafts. Actually culture that is totally depend upon what? The art and crafts, and how the human beings they were doing art and crafts, and they were expressing their arts. And particularly whenever we are saying that art and crafts, this art and craft is nothing. It is only the, you know that, it is the expression, it is the mirror of the society. Whenever we are saying that the heritage, it is actually directly reflecting the human being's mirror. Okay, and you know that whenever the human beings they actually reflect or they did any type of works, that is reflected in the culture, that is reflected in that what? Heritage. And during listen that during 15th century or 16th century, our kings, okay, our kings as well as you know that our people and even some noblemen, they try to express these kind of thoughts, okay, these kind of thoughts in the works. So this is called as the culture. Rightly we can say this is culture. And second thing is that why we are saying that culture is associated with that heritage? Because once the human beings they start to appreciate and they start to accept a fashion or a design or a decorum, so it becomes what? A habitual action. And once we came into the contact of that what? Your custom, so it becomes a culture. Generally the customs that associated with the cultures, and custom and culture that has an interlink in between them, right? So one, you know, these are the two sides of one coin: culture, heritage, and you know that the cultural studies. So these were actually a prospect, a wide prospect. It is not a narrow prospect; it is a wide prospect. Okay, and you know that. So that's why India it is the only the one country it is rich in heritage. Because why India is called as the rich country? You know that India is called as the rich country in heritage because of its what? Diversity, because of its different culture, because of its different different customs, because of its different festivals. Okay, and you know that most of the foreigners, most of the travelers, most of the pilgrims, whenever they came, starting from the Huan side, right? And towards the end of that, you know that 19th century to the Asad, okay, so in between them, so they also tried to study, and they also tried to know that how that India exists. Even the foreigners even the richest country like Russia and America, they tried a lot to know about the India. So it is, after all, we can say India is the richest